At his first official cabinet meeting, President Trump backs Elon Musk's work to reform the government while announcing more tariffs. Joining us live now is NTD's White House correspondent Iris Tao. Good evening, Iris. What are the main takeaways from this key meeting?
Good evening to you as well. So President Trump today held his first cabinet meeting in his second term, and that's as Elon Musk was in the spotlight, sitting just away from the table of major secretaries. President Trump made clear his top priority of slashing the size of the federal government and to reduce the $2 trillion in U.S. deficits. Watch.
We're cutting down the size of government. We have to. We're bloated. We're sloppy. We have a lot of people that aren't doing their job.
And President Trump, while saying that his secretaries have a lot of respect for Elon Musk, also did acknowledge that some do disagree with him a little bit. But Trump defended Musk's work, while Elon Musk himself, speaking before any of the secretaries did, spoke of personal threats against him. Watch.
He's sacrificing a lot and getting a lot of praise, I'll tell you, but he's also getting hit.
And taking a lot of flack and getting a lot of death threats, by the way. I'm going to stack him up, you know. But if we don't do this, America will go bankrupt.
And President Trump today also signed a new executive order to further back the work that DOGE, or the Department of Government Efficiency, is doing. A White House official told the NTD that the order will make sure that all the agency heads will need to now work with DOGE to review and terminate all unnecessary contracts. And all travel expenses will also need to be reviewed. Meanwhile, while the administration is trying to cut spending, President Trump made clear today that he won't make any cuts to programs like the Social Security program or Medicare or Medicaid. And that's as he's also proposing a new way to bring in revenue and cut deficit, and that is by rolling out a new gold card program for wealthy foreigners to try to immigrate to the U.S., which for $5 million each. And he says that revenue from these cards sold will be used to reduce the U.S. deficit. Back to you.
Seems like more reforms are definitely coming. And Iris, President Trump also unveiled new foreign policy moves at the meeting. Tell us more.
Right. So President Trump today spoke more about his tariffs plans. He said today that he's still going to impose his tariffs on both Canada as well as Mexico, but he's moving the rollout date to April 2nd. Watch.
We've lost millions of people due to, it comes mostly from China, but it comes through Mexico and it comes through Canada. And I have to tell you that, on April 2nd, I was going to do it on April 1st, but I'm a little bit superstitious, so I made it April 2nd. The tariffs go on.
And President Trump also vowed to impose a 25% tariffs on EU goods, and that he says is to make sure that the trade relations become more balanced. Meanwhile, also today, Trump spoke about the Russia-Ukraine war. He confirmed that on this upcoming Friday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will be visiting the White House to sign an agreement with the U.S. on its rare earth minerals. And meanwhile, Vice President J.D. Vance, who was also at the meeting, pushed back against media reports about early concessions being made to Russia. Watch.
We're not going to do the negotiation in public with the American media. He's going to do it in private with the president of Russia, with the president of Ukraine, and with other leaders. And I think that's how this has to go. I think I just want to push back against some of the criticism I've seen of the administration on this, because every single time the president engages in diplomacy, you guys preemptively accuse him of conceding to Russia. He hasn't conceded anything to anyone. He's doing the job of a diplomat.
And on Thursday, the UK Prime Minister will visit the White House and sit down with President Trump. Of course, at the top of their meeting agenda is how to bring an end to the war in Ukraine. Back to you.